Welcome. This is the Senior Safety Advice Podcast, and we are so glad that you've made it to a calmer corner of your day. Here, we focus on real solutions, practical help, and the kind of encouragement we could all use a little more of. So let's get to it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Senior Safety Advice Daily Podcast. I'm so glad that you're here today. I'm Esther Kane. I'm a certified aging in place specialist and a dementia care specialist. And I am a retired occupational therapist. So I am here to talk to you about January is National Bath Safety Month. So I wanted to talk to you about one of the most common things that most aging in place specialists and most occupational therapists do for anyone really who wants to keep, who wants to stay as independent as possible for as long as possible in their home. And that is grab bars. Now, a lot of you may think, oh no, I don't want grab bars. They make the house look, they make the room look, like a hospital. I don't need it. Well, unfortunately, as an OT, I have treated many, many patients who felt they did not need grab bars until, of course, they needed them, which, of course, was after they broke a bone, a shoulder, or a hip, they cracked their head, now they were in head injury, or some other ridiculous, silly event that could have been prevented if they had only had a grab bar. And maybe a chair in the shower. But a grab bar in the bathroom, in the shower, can always be extremely helpful. Now, my mother had a long hallway into her bathroom, so we had put in a grab bar along that hallway so that it could help her get into the bathroom. So it's not just for the shower or around the toilet or bathtub. You can put it throughout the house. And nowadays, they have these beautiful designed grab bars that can really help you stay safe and live just longer in your home, which is what most everybody wants. So by the end of this episode, I do hope that you'll feel more confident about making smart, simple, safety choices at home, like grab bars. And yes, I have absolutely seen this make a huge difference in my years as an OT working with older adults, because I specialized in geriatrics. Okay, I want to start with a little story. I once worked with a lovely woman who lived alone. She was extremely independent. She cooked, she cleaned, she drove herself out everywhere. She was in her late 80s. But she had one small fall getting out of the shower. It was nothing dramatic. It was just a slip. And I can tell you that that's happening now to several of my friends here. All right. But that one slip, that one fall changed everything. She not only injured herself, but she lost her confidence in using her shower. She actually became afraid of going in to take a shower. And that fear kind of shrinked her world a little bit. She started to see things differently. Everything from driving, walking in the grocery store, everything. Because that fall took 1 second. And it didn't have to happen. If she had something to hold on to while she was stepping out of the shower, she wouldn't have fallen. But she didn't have anything to hold on to. So here's the thing. The bathroom is one of the most dangerous rooms in the house for older adults. Wet floors, tight spaces, hard surfaces, all create the perfect storm for an event to happen. And most falls happen during everyday movements, not risky ones, when you're not thinking, doing something you've done a gazillion times, walking into the shower, brushing your teeth, getting up and off the toilet, picking up something off the floor, all kinds of just regular things that you do every day can just, a fall can happen in a second, as I've said. Grab bars are not about being weak. They're about support. They're about safety. They're about keeping you independent. They give your body something solid to hold on to when your balance shifts. And balance does shift as we age. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. So unless you're going to the gym every single day or 6 days a week and working out with weights and doing Pilates and doing yoga, and I've even seen those people have an accident. So unless you're doing a lot of those things and you are testing your balance every single day, believe me, your balance is shifting. I know mine is, that's for sure. So I've seen this so many times. And the unfortunate thing as an OT is that I only got to meet people after they fell, after an incident happened, after they, slipped or tripped or whatever. And unfortunately, that meant that they were disabled, and to some extent, some were able to go back home, but many were not. Their independence was completely taken away from them. So why risk that when all you need is a grab bar? So let's talk about where to place grab bars. So first, of course, the shower and the bathtub area. This is the number one place that I recommend grab bars. Stepping in and out of a tub or a shower that has a threshold, usually it's like 1 or 2 inches. If you're fortunate enough to have a 0 threshold shower, that's great, but you should still have a grab bar going in and out of the shower. And think about it. You're going to be adding water. There's soap. You have, reduced balance as you get older, and the risk keeps going up and up. So a vertical grab bar near the tub entrance or the shower entrance helps with stepping in and out. Now, I have glass doors around my shower, and I have a vertical grab bar on the outside of the glass door and on the inside of the glass. Now, not the door part, the wall part, which is also glass. So that little grab bar helps me to step over my 1 inch or 2 inch, I guess. I think it's 2 inches threshold to get into into and out of the shower stall. This is huge for safety. Now, if you can get a grab bar that has texture on it, that's even better, because if your hands are soapy or they're wet or they tend to slip easily, it's much safer to have a textured grab bar, but they don't always make all size grab bars with texture. So just look and see what you can find. There's a lot online that you can definitely find, and certainly contacting an aging in place specialist, that has access to companies that provide grab bars can certainly help you with that. All right, so inside the shower or the bathtub, a horizontal grab bar on the back usually helps with standing or balance. Of course, this depends on your posture and how you tend to stand up. A horizontal bar is usually recommended, but you may need an angled bar or a vertical bar. It's whatever is most comfortable for you, and that's why I recommend an aging in place specialist, because they can help you assess. They can see your gait, they can see how you move, and they can see where the best placement would be for you and at what angle. This absolutely, along with a seat, along with chair, a grab bar allows you to steady yourself when you stand up to wash yourself or when you're turning. And if someone uses a shower chair, the shower chair definitely helps. In addition, I myself have a bench in my shower just in case. So now let me say this clearly. Towel bars are not grab bars. So don't think that just because your towel bar sits just outside your shower, that you can hold on to that towel bar while you step in and out of the shower. A towel bar is not meant to hold your weight. So if you were to trip or slip and start falling down, that towel bar is going to come down with you. Now, if you want to replace the towel bar with a grab bar so that that towel bar is a dual purpose, okay, that's doable, absolutely, if the location for that towel bar is the best place. But do not think that a towel bar can hold you up. I have seen those things get ripped out of the wall during falls. They have to be anchored in a specific way, and that's where grab bars come in. So let's talk about now the toilet area. Now, this is another high-risk spot that often gets overlooked. Standing up from a low toilet takes leg strength and balance. And many falls happen right here. That's why it's often recommended to get a taller toilet for an older person. Of course, this depends on your height, but a taller toilet makes it much easier to get up and down for most older adults. But if you don't have that, then grab bars can also help you to push you up. Well, they don't push you up, but you can pull yourself up or push yourself up from the grab bars depending on where they are. You can even have grab bars that fold up against the wall when you're not using them, and then you can just pull them down when you need them. So I've worked with many, many patients who thought they didn't need any help in the toilet. But let me tell you, once a grab bar was installed, they all of a sudden said, that is so much easier. I didn't realize how much easier that was going to be. They didn't strain their back. They didn't strain their shoulders. There was less fear. And guess what? Most of them actually went to use the bathroom more often. So that's a good thing, because now they're drinking water more often because they need to drink water, but of course they didn't before, because then they would have to go to the bathroom and get up, and they couldn't get up. All right, stairs are another place where grab bars or handrails definitely matter. I just installed a second handrail on the opposite side of my regular handrail on my stairs, so now I have one on either side, and believe me, that makes it so much easier. If there's only one handrail, do all you can to add a second handrail. It can improve safety right away. Both sides give options when strength or balance changes. One side for up, one side for down. I've had guests here recently for the holidays, and they all love the second handrail. Entryways are also another smart place to consider support by grab bars. Steps into the home can be tricky with packages, even uneven ground or poor lighting, thresholds. A sturdy grab bar or a handrail near the door adds confidence and stability. I've recently been seeing pictures on Pinterest of people installing grab bars on the outside of their front doors, garage doors, any place where they're entering or exiting the house. Here's something important that I think you should listen to. Grab bars, and I'm going to say it again, I said at the beginning, grab bars support independence. They keep you more independent and keep you staying in your home longer, and I think that is what most older adults want. I've watched people stay in their homes longer simply because of some simple changes like grab bars, and these are usually one of the easiest and most effective changes you can make. Now, some people think that grab bars will decrease the value of the home, but I'm telling you, there's 10,000 plus people a day turning 65, and that is going to continue for many years. So the chances of you selling a home to someone that is in that age range is higher than it used to be. And also, there's nothing wrong with having grab bars in a home, even for younger adults. Believe me, they get used to it too. But hey, if they didn't want it, they can easily take it off and replace the tile. Nobody gets a home completely the way they want it when they first buy it. So I would not worry about it. Right now, it's your safety and your independence that matters. All right. Now, placement of the grab bars is important, and that's why an aging in place specialist can really help you. The bars need to be placed at the right height for the person using them. Now, if you have two people, let's say you have a wife who's 5'1" and a husband who's 6'5", or it could be, All right, so they may both need grab bars, so then you're going to install two sets of grab bars, a lower one and a higher one. And they should be within easy reach without stretching, or bending. And they definitely should feel solid when they're applied. This is why professional installation matters. Don't rely on your cousin or son or uncle unless they're a professional to install them, especially when it comes to installing them over tile or fiberglass or even glass. Okay, so a properly installed grab bar can hold some serious weight. And of course, every grab bar anchor should be, you should look at the amount of weight that they can hold, because that's very important. All right, if you're a caregiver listening to this today, adding grab bars is absolutely an act of love, not control. It's about keeping your loved ones safe while respecting their independence. Actually, you're giving them independence. If you're an older adult listening to this, you're not alone in feeling hesitant. I have spoken to thousands of older adults about grab bars, and that feeling of hesitation almost always comes up. Many people worry about how it will look. Many people worry about the resale value. Many people don't want to feel like they're getting older. But today's options are much better than they used to be. Some grab bars look amazing. They don't blend in with the wall, but they have these beautiful patterns and colors, and they're really doing a wonderful job making grab bars more aesthetically pleasing than it used to be. Okay, falls are not just a physical event, because when you fall, if you fall, they can easily, just like my patient from years ago, they can easily affect your confidence. And when your confidence is affected, that affects your quality of life. It affects your routines. It can affect everything. And it can turn you from a very, very active, independent person to a very hesitant, anxious person. I've seen people stop bathing, stop going out, stop moving as much because of the fear of falling. That happened to my mom-in-law. She was extremely independent, walked miles every day, but once she fell, all of that stopped. And fear often stops with one fall, and it's most often a preventable fall. Grab bars don't guarantee that you're not going to fall, but they greatly reduce the risk. And don't you want to do that? They give people something steady to rely on when their body needs support. So if you're thinking about making this change, adding grab bars to your home, start with the bathroom and work your way through other parts of the house. See what the aging in place specialist tells you. But definitely start with the bathroom. That's where you'll get the biggest safety payoff. Then look at your toilets, look at your stairs, look at your entryways. Look at other parts of the home where you need just a little bit of help to get up, down, in and out. Now, they have grab bars that you can attach to the wall. They have grab bars that anchor from the ceiling to the floor. I've seen those most often used by the bed. There are all kinds of tools available out there that can help you. Small changes like these can protect your independence in a very big way. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you today, and I want to thank you again for being here with me. If this episode brought a little calm to your day, then share it with someone you care about. Maybe someone who could use a reminder to just pause and reflect about what, grab bars can help them with. You'll find more gentle reflections and resources for seniors and caregivers at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're looking for an aging in place specialist, don't forget to take a look at aginginplacedirectory.com. I'm working feverishly on getting as many aging in place specialists into that directory as possible. If you don't find one in that directory in your area, contact me via the contact form and I will find one for you. All right, come back tomorrow for another daily moment of calm, guidance, and encouragement right here on the Senior Safety Advice Podcast. And hey, if you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel or the podcast yet, go ahead and do that right now. It really helps us reach more people who could use this kind of support and information. Until next time, take care of yourself and the ones that you love.
This podcast is part of our mission to help older adults live safely and independently. If you'd like to take the next step, visit aginginplacedirectory.com, where you'll find specialists, helpful resources, and inspiration to make every home your place to thrive.